don't. You is right. That is right. I'm just finding all those. Man, we've done a lot of good stuff this month. We have been very busy. And there's more we could do. But we're not going to. Moving on. Moving on after tonight. Easy Easel. Extraordinary Easel. And tonight, Extreme Easel. This is Fun University Cards Plus. If you've never been here, sit back and relax. If you like card making, sit back and relax. You might enjoy this. You can eat in the back row. You can pop your gum. You can throw spit wads. Doesn't matter to me. I'm just here for a good time. I see you guys are already in the chat. We'll give you just a minute to pile into the classroom here on the campus of Fun University, and then we'll start for real. Hello, Smurf. Jamie, you're not at a concert? And Christina from in the middle of the night, and Karen on tomorrow. And we are everywhere, aren't we? Oh, I'm so, it's just so exhausting me to do all these jet setting all over the world. No, it's the easy way to jet set. Judy, welcome back. It is a pleasure to see you guys all here. It is. No spit wads. Joel. Won't bother me if you do. You can even spill pop on the floor. It won't bother me. You just had sorbet. Ooh la la. Scones would have gone well with it. How about lemon curd or clotted cream? Are we lemon curd people or clotted cream people? Hi, Rachel. Already working on your Christmas cards. Spit ones. Oh my gosh, you guys are y'all crazy, and I like it so much. I got lots of fun, weird, kind of different things to do tonight. So I don't have a lot of making, but I have a whole lot of showing. So I think we're gonna take these easels though and just make a new world out of them. If your brain isn't expanded a little bit, you're a lemon curd. I love a good lemon curd. And Trader Joe's has a real good lemon curd, I've read. I've never gone back out to get it, but it's on my continuous Rolodex of things to do. Lemon curd at Trader Joe's with the scones. Let's go, let's go, let's go. But I never do it. Someday, maybe I could do that and then I would be done with it. Tomorrow, maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Tomorrow's my errand day, so in the morning, well, maybe, yeah. I may go see the horse tomorrow. Go see the horse. The horse is getting water therapy, so I want to go see that. Let's go ahead and do an intro so we can get this show on the road. Welcome to class. I'll be right back. Hi, I'm Mary Gunn. Welcome to Fun University. Hello, Mary Gunn, American Fun, founder and head professor of Fun University. Welcome to the last Cards Plus Lab of August 2021. Woo! Where'd that all go? We do only 3 classes the first 3 Thursdays of the month right here, and we do 3 classes the first 3 we do 3 classes on the first 2. Nope, 3 Tuesdays of the month right here on the YouTube for Fun University. You will often find me every week, all the weeks of the month, on Craft Roulette on Friday evenings, which I know a lot of you from. If you have never joined us before, please sit back and relax and have a little paper crafting fun with us. We are going to be making cards tonight. Easel cards, not just any old easel cards. We are making extreme easel cards. That's what I've been saying all this month. I don't know if they're really that extreme, but I think they're pretty fun. Let's go down to the paper. And so we can just do a quick review of what we've covered. These were the easy easels. Easel cards are just cards that you can fold and they sit on something and sit up all by themselves. That was one. Here was another one. So cute. 2 can do it. There we go. Here's another one. If you want to go back and see the first episode or the first lab of August, you will see these cards either made or explained. So these are all just easy easels. Oh, that one didn't have a stopper. Surprise! So those were the first week, as you can see, why they were called easy easels. The second week, we stepped it up a little bit. And we made some little more advanced. We called them extraordinary easels. This has a little pop-up involved too. We made a beautiful, watch out. Here we go. If everybody believes and claps, these hippos will fly. Okay, on the count of 3, everybody believe. There they go. So they were flying by the balloon strings there, up and away. I forgot to do the away. But that was an extraordinary easel. And then this is where I left you. I tell you, I get an idea during the class, and then I have to get off and mess with it for a while. But this was an extraordinary easel that I ended up making after the class last week, which was very fallish and had lots of texture and beautifulness. The way I got this texturing was, it's a white core cardstock from Close My Heart, and you can just sand that off and it gets this great look. But that was a fun one too. So that, my friends, was last week and the week before. This week we're going to talk extreme easels. What do you guys think? I know 2 weeks. I think it'll go fast, and you know what, Jamie Watts, this way I can concentrate on club fun, which takes a little effort too, and that is our scrapbook portion of our life. So we're going to do that. Yep, we had some wonderful bunny trails this week, or this month. Let me show you what I have in store. Let me see. Oh, this was the one this has been sitting on my messy desk, and so this was similar to the hippos because I used acetate. And so all these little, I showed you how to use the acetate last week, and by making this kind of abstract thing, but I really like it. And what I was thinking, if you had somebody a short name, you could just put their name right there. I think that would be very, very fun. Or some little much love and hugs or something. Maybe a hugs. I don't know. It would be whatever you needed, but I thought that one turned out pretty cute too. It was just on my mask, and with a few more scraps, and I took it and filled it out. I think it's great fun. One word that I found, or word to the wise, this acetate was not really strong enough to hold this many pieces of paper. So that's why I have these little glitter strips underneath here. I just stuck them in behind. They're just on the, doesn't look good on the back now, does it? No, it does not. Oh, that one came loose. But that's just the price you pay for art. Actually, it's kind of cool on this side, but we're not going to do that. But you think of all the flags and things you could do. Any number of great little, you could do somebody's name. But the acetate was a little bit flimsy, so they were floppy. So I just added that, and it worked out just fine and dandy. So that is another idea for you. Okay. Can I quit now? I mean, do you already have a good idea going? we can do this, right? Will you be doing a reverse easel card? I don't think I am, Berta. I'm doing something a little different than a fold. So such as this is an easel card that I thought was completely different because you have different components of the easel cards. You've got the basic fold. And there are many of them. You've got the basic fold, which you can do top or side. As long as it's top, I think, well, you can do it another way, but it's a funny way to do it. You've got the part that sticks up, this little flappy part, and then you have a stopper. You basically have 3 parts of an easel card, as far as I can figure out. Maybe there's some extra ones, or fewer, but that's the one that we've been working on. So what you can do is you can change any part of those things to make them more extraordinary. Such as this one was very simple, but it's very cute. But this one has a little fur on it. This one was made out of, excuse you, this one was made with a sack on the front. And the sack is merely folded up like so. You see it? And then just glued down on the sides to make pockets. So we have several pockets going on here. So we've got this little pocket, and I was just playing at my Mesk yesterday and made a few little things. And just thought, oh, this would be like the fun mail kind of things that are happening all over the world with card makers. And you could just tuck in some of the little things that you have made, or you could put in product, you could put in notes, you could put in paper, or you can do the paper clip thing on here. And then you've got this really big one, which is a sack. So you could put something bulky in there if it allows, especially if you're going to be giving it to somebody. And I just inked it up, stamped it a bit, and then just started pulling stuff out of my stash. Now here's another fun little trick thing. So the stopper, I went ahead and did something a little bit unusual with it. It's really hard to see because it's black on black like Kerwin. It has, well, what happened to all the other stuff? I made a little door with a little track. You could put a shaker in here, or you could put a little gift or a secret card or something like that in there. And it also has the acetate. And I had some stuff in there. I don't know where it went. But you could just have a little gift also in there. It's not terribly thick. I mean, the whole thing's kind of thick. So you would probably want to have extra postage on this. I don't know. By the end of next month, it could be $5 to send something like this. But I think it's kind of a fun thing. So I know that people are doing, Happy Mail is kind of a fun little thing that's going on around the paper crafting world. And I thought this might be kind of a fun way for people to experiment with another way of gifting it. Then I just had a piece of washi tape to hold that down, which apparently, I had several of these. I had some little white ones. That's such a mystery. But you could also do that. You can also include little ribbons, or make them just on a card, flatten some ribbon, or some buttons. You could have a little bag. You can have some little bags of buttons, little bags of lace, anything that's laying around that you could share. I think that would be fun. So, you're a wonderful person. Happy birthday. An extreme stopper and an extreme front. So, you could do any size bag too. I didn't have any brown, nope. I didn't have any brown bags, but I thought, wow, wouldn't those be cute? Brown lunch bags or pretty bags on a craft piece of paper. So if you want to learn, if you don't know how to fold and glue and all that kind of things for an easel, just watch one of the earlier labs. But I thought that was quite fun. That's that. Another thing, and that's just with a lunch bag. Another thing, if y'all haven't ever made a pizza box, this is how you make a little pizza box. And I made a little pizza box with an easel card on top of it. So it just sticks right up there. When it's closed, it says, hello, girlfriend. This in itself is not difficult. The thing that sets it apart is that it's on a little box. And I just stuck the blueberry tea that was on my mask from Tuesday night in there, because I thought, well, that's right. It fits real well, so we'll just go ahead and use it. Now, I am not the best of all engineers. I will definitely cop to that in a millisecond. So my numbers are I always do very simple things. And this is basically a very simple thing. It is a 5-inch this way by 9-inch this way. The yellow lines are the fold lines. The red lines are where you put adhesive. Before I forget, 2 things about the adhesive. I usually use a bit of tape runner and a liquid glue. That way the tape runner will hold it shut while the liquid glue dries, and then I don't have to hold it because I get really tired of it. So basically you you score at 1 inch. These are very simple measurements. 1 inch, 4 inch, 5 inch, and 8 inches. Of course, if your scoreboard doesn't go very far, you can go 1 inch, 4 inch, turn it around and go 1 inch, 4 inch. It still works. And then you flip it 90 degrees and you go down 1 inch on this side and 1 inch from the other side. The cut lines, you can, oh, I guess they're hard to see, but they're right up, they're like do-si-do from each other across the, what did they say when we used to square dance? Bow to your corner, bow to the, I don't know, but the guy across the hall. So you just cut up to that little intersection, cut up, cut up, cut up, cut up, cut up, cut up, cut up. Don't do these ends, but just do on the long sides. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 on each side, 8 little cuts all together. And then I do make a note here to get the bottom to, without doing math, to get the bottom to be a little bit smaller, I just roll it in a little farther than the score line. You could score, you can't really, I think it works better than scoring it inside and getting all 1/4 of an inches and 1/16 of an inches, because it really isn't, there isn't that much difference. But if you get this little guy a little bit smaller, and I've just rolled, I don't know if you can see it, yep. See, there's the score line, and there's where I rolled it. I just rolled it up, and here's the good way to do it. Okay, so we've got the score line right here. Let's do it this way. We've got the score line right here. I'm going to move this little ruler in just a little bit. And then I'm just going to pull this up against that ruler. And that's going to give me a little bit of a smaller bottom box. I know, isn't that little lion so cute? He's been sitting on my mask all month because I wanted to do animals for little critters all month, and he's been waiting his turn and waiting his turn, and today was his turn. So there he is. You could put a little magnet or a little Velcro to hold it down, or, you know, wrap a little ribbon around it or something, but I think he's adorable. And then I had the blue and the purple pumpkins on my mask too. I am like the most serendipitous crafter there is. It's like whatever's here is going to get used. And so I have to be careful, and you know, I just like to mess with stuff and then pull it together. This, oh, by the way, with this, I did some distress oxides in my very fancy meat tray, and then sprayed some water on it. And I haven't cleaned it or anything, but I just put the distress oxides, a green, a blue, and a yellow, and then sprayed some water on it. I think I even sprayed some blue water on here that I had put some dye in, or some re-inker in. Just dragged it along, and that was my fancy inking technique. And then let it dry real well, and stamped the little leaves, and then cut them out. I think they look good. Then there's these two are a little bluer because they were, I think I just I dragged this also through this really pretty little blue print paper, and that made it yellower and greener. So then I went ahead and stamped that same leaf. See how that's a little bit has to be pushed in. Stamp that same leaf, and so it's got a little bit of a pattern on, just a couple of them. There's that one and this one as well. So just to change it up, just so when you look at it in the replay and you go, she's got lots of going on with those leaves. It's modelly, and what's going on? That's what was going on. So not hard. All right, so you roll the bottom, and so when you're putting it together, I will just stick this little guy together, and I'll take it apart after we're done. So you can just start, but like I said, use a little bit of liquid adhesive and the tape runner. I put this on the outside of the box because if you put it on the inside, you could put the glue here, But from the front of the box, you're going to see that raw edge, and I just think that's a little tacky. So, oh, you like this one, Karen? That's nice. I'm glad. Yeah, they're darling. It's been one of my favorite little, I used to do it when I was a nanny and things. They were like, ooh, that's so cool. So that just sticks up just like that. Then we'll put some adhesive on these other red spots. Then these two just fold up. The center part just folds up. So, like so. So this is going to be your top. And then these guys can just go on the outside as well. And so when you close it, and I used to cut this like in an angle, I think, but I don't care anymore. And so you close it just like so. And there you've got your little box. Isn't that just like the best? So however tall you want to make it, you make the sides that tall. I'll close it one more time. There we go. And then you open it up, and then I'll open it up so you can get a screenshot if you want it, or you can slow down hit pause, and you can get all these numbers. So when you go to make a pizza box, it's a nice size for all sorts of little gifts. Again, you know, gifts are much more fun when they're presented in a cute way. And there you go. So it's 5 by 9. This is the top, this is the bottom. You roll that in. You go ahead and score, but you roll it in inside that score. You score it at 1 inch, 4 inches, 5, and 8. Turn it on your scoreboard or trimmer and score it at 1 and 4. The little red spots are where I put the adhesive, and the yellow spots are the score lines. And then all the little snips are right here. And you can, you know, do the little angle on the snip so that they close nicer, or so they look better. But I didn't tonight, so. And I do like to use a little ATG or some kind of glue gun, tape runner, whatever, and some liquid too, just for endurance. If you want it a little stronger on the bottom, you can add a little chipboard, no problem. But I think the little easel card on the top is a very, very fun thing. You could make just a regular little card. You could make it any kind of card that you like. You can do like the diagonal kinds. You could do the diagonal, wouldn't that be cute? A diagonal easel card would be very fetching. You could even do a tiny gatefold if you wanted to, or anything, a Z-fold even, you know? You could do all sorts of really fun things on here. So just another way to do something a little, to doll it up to make it a little special. Now, if you want to make this bigger, if you want it, you just have to adjust, play with it. You know, play with it with something that's cheap, like cheap cardstock or scrap paper, or paper that you don't like, always a good one. And just, you can make these taller, and then your box will be taller. And if you want the top to reach, well, anyway, you can start playing with what's going to be taller and shorter, and you can also, well, we'll do boxes here, maybe. Anyway, boxes are great fun. They're not hard at all. Some boxes are over the top hard, but I don't do those. But this is my simple one, so have fun with it. So we've got our bag card, we've got our lion card. Now we've got our hooray, I love you so much card. Whee! I really like that. That was just trash. And look how festive it is. I love it. This is all sorts of other easel cards, you guys, that I have samples for, and I'm not even making them. That's how much you can do with easel cards. Okay, so last week, when we last met, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, crafters and craftettes, we made a card like this one, where I glued down the sides. And as I glued down the sides, I went, oh my gosh, it could be a robot. So you know what I did? I couldn't stop it. It was a force of nature. You use copy paper testing measurements. Good, that's a great idea, Jamie. I couldn't hold myself back. So, introducing to the world, robot card, easel card. This one, I have more too. So if you're scared of this one, there's more coming. This is fun. I had a blast with this. So this is the one. This is the actual card that last week I was folding, and I was folding these guys up, and I was going, oh, this could be a robot. So his little robot self goes up, and he gets caught right here. This is his robot thorax. And then this guy goes up and gets caught on the, apparently most robots have claws for hands. That's what I could keep finding, claws for hands. And I made the hands going at different lengths, but this is just a fun little card to make. You can make it with just about anything. If you want a she-bot, you can make it purple, which we're going to do. Yes, I scored up a storm. I wish we had a storm. It's pretty dry here. But you can do a he-bot. You can do any kind of bot you want. I just, we're always looking for dude cards, and little dude cards are really hard too. So, masculine cards, like dude cards, I think this would be a great little engineer type card. He child or she child. Let's just look at this for such a second, okay? Yeah, I know, Christina, I can only imagine what you would do with this. If we look at this just a little closer. Okay, it's a regular easel fold, except that we cut an inch in on the top for both sides. So this is the base for a spring lilac bot. And I went ahead, and how I got that number, or those lines right there, was I took this tag and just laid it down and drew the lines on both sides, so I knew that it was going to be the right size. Then you could use a trimmer, or if you want to, you can use a ruler and a straight edge, or you can use the scissors, and you just cut right up that. I would cheat on the way out on this way instead of inside, because it's going to catch otherwise. And you just trim right up to the fold. I did make one that's the other direction too. I'll show you her, because you may not want to do it this way. If you want, this is like the 5.5 this side. Uh-oh, I got his ear thing. His ear knob. There we go. So that was the 5.5 this way. There you go. Sit right there, buddy. And this is the 5.5 the other way, going this way. And this is this looks more like a she-bot to me. Okay, I forgot, this one does something extra fun too. Just a second, I'm going to cough. Didn't hear me. So this she-bot is longer, and so I didn't use the whole tag. I just cut the top of it. You don't have to do any kind of funny head on it or not. You could make it square, or, I think you could even use a pretty good size like a cup, with a lid on it, a to-go cup. So the she-bot goes up, and she says, I love you, but she's got legs. Because why not, right? So the she-bot legs fold down. She can do her exercises, kick in the pool, and just keep doing her stretchies. And she's got arms that are glued down up here, and then they just fold up for her little handy claws. All right, so and then these are little Nuvo drops, which, is like the worst part of the whole card, because it's so scary that it might it might get smeared. And it's just a whole bunch of little pieces without any measurements, because I didn't do that. And so you've just got, this is pretty fun. But the fun thing about this then is, okay, we're getting really ridiculous here, but if she's on a shelf, she'll be looking at you, and her legs can sit over, they can sit over and hang over the edge of the shelf. So this is, oh dear. So it can look like this. She almost looks like a chaise lounge, but yeah, you could do this. Oh, you could make a, you could make a swimming pool thing too with a chaise lounge and something in it. Tricky woo. But there you go. So it really does get to be really ridiculous and very, very fun. This was just a piece of craft foam that I ran through the die cut machine, and it was fine. And that's just that's the stopper. I didn't do too many dials on her. She didn't need any. But then to put it all away, you just fold everything down. Transformer, transformer. There you go. And so you look at it and you go, oh, that's kind of a creepy looking card. And you start playing with it and go, oh, wow, that's a heck of a fun card is what that is. So you just fold them. I love this. Is this extreme? Do I get an extreme? I hope so. Smash that thumbs up if you like it. Anyway, so that's that one. Now this one was much more, I used different pattern papers more than I did. This was cardstock with a little pattern paper. And, I wanted to make her eyes look bigger, so I just put I thought, well, maybe trick or treat kind of thing. Somebody would do something like that. Her hair, by the way, is wire. It's just twisted wire, and I put a little pretty ribbon on there. So, oh, and then these little parts are circles. They're circle die punches. I'll show you what I did. It's a 1-inch circle die punch that I don't see any of the glitter paper that it's not hard, I promise, but it's just, I just went in and cut it. Not all the way, not so that now it's a funny looking moon. But that's just what the little hand is. And the hand has a little bit of craft foam underneath it to pop it up. And then this little piece I used on her ears. Her bolts, as it were. These were just scraps. There's nothing. They're just little scraps on there. She's kind of a Frankenstein. But that's how I made the claws. And then I knew this was 1 inch, so I just cut the pieces a little bit smaller. Okay, so he was a little bit of, I used more pattern paper and didn't know what I was doing. But so his mouth says the first thing. He says, you are a, and you pull it up and it says wonderful person, which, wouldn't you, sometimes even, you think it's an extreme bird. Yes. So, and then all these little dials I drew with a white gel pen. So they're not exact at all. They're very primitive. I didn't even try to do anything remarkable. And then these were just more Nuvo drops. Look, one got messy. And, that's how it is when you're a robot. Sometimes it's messy to be a robot. And then these little guys, white gel pen and Nuvo drops. And then the same thing with this. He's got some craft foam under there. And there you can find his claws. His claw innards are right up here. And I poked holes in them. And then I just did 1 inch glitter paper for his eyes, and then had some really big googly eyes. I'm now officially out of googly eyes. Kind of a sad moment. And then just stuck some paper back here with some little antenna type thing. And it's a little crooked too. Dried crooked, that's how it goes. You can just add little doolollies though, wherever you feel like. So these are just punched out of glitter paper. And that's all there is to it. It's fun, isn't it? It depends how long it's going to take by how much you want to put into it. So let's just put these off to the side and put one sort of together. Oh, well, this is one that fell out. Wonder where was I when this fell out of the treasure stopper? See, this was in here. There we go. Go back. Okay, so you just go, but I drew the line so on what was now the inside. And you can decide where to fold things. I'm just going to fold it at the half line like normal. Because this is a normal card, right? An extremely normal card. So that's going to go there. We can decide where we want to put. You can have this glued down like this so that the arms don't all come up. I don't know. I kind of like them all the way up. But you don't have to do them at the same spot as this guy. You can make them different lengths. And you can add a little bit of an extra lip on an arm too. So we'll do that. You know, I was thinking too, boy, if you had, wouldn't this be a fun idea for, you know, creepy fall stuff? If you had, not this, but if you had like a haunted house or an old creepy house, Bo Radley's house, and then you open it up and it becomes an easel. There it goes again. It becomes an easel, and then you've got little spiders in the trap door. Or it could be a welcome mat. You lift it up and there's spiders. I don't think I would like it, but some people might. Actually, I don't think it bothers me anymore. I'm pretty inert. So anyway, isn't that cool how it sits up? Okay, so you could do all sorts of little trapdoors or shaker cards for your stopper because it's going to be showing. So with the cards on the grid paper, we can figure out the measurements. Oh, well, this is just a 5.5 by 4.25 card. It's an A2 size card. You can make them whatever size you want. I just worked with this little guy, this tag. And then, so you can make it whatever size you want, but so it's going to be 5.5 by 4.25. And these are an inch. That's all I know about. But it was based on this instead of a measurement. So, but it's looks like a little, maybe an 1.25 inches then. So, okay. Then we can decorate our little robot face. What do we have? I don't even know if I have anything right here to decorate with the robot face, but we'll figure out something. We can just, for the mouth, what I thought worked well was to just have a very small, thin word kind of thing, couple words. If I had 100 hearts, they'd all belong to you. That would be too long. You have the biggest heart. Maybe that'd be good for a robot to say. I'm kind of obsessed with you. That'd be kind of a creepy thing for a robot to say. You make my heart happy. That's not possible because you are a robot and you don't have a heart. I'm smitten with you. That's still creepy from the bottom of my heart. You have a heart of gold. So, I don't know. I'm so glad. I'm so glad we're a thing. We don't know what that thing is. It could be a little bit zombie-esque, but we can do something like that. Or you can just, you know, I think well, no, I'm not going to do that one for a little fella. I think he looks like he would not like a purple robot. My little fella friend that I'm thinking of. But you can do all sorts of any technique that you want to do. You can you can paint it and then cut it. You can do anything you want. There's absolutely no kind of limit on this kind of thing because it's just the mechanism for your creation. So We'll just put a few things together here so you can kind of see how it works, because it will help you remember, I think. There we go. Whoops, come with me. I'm so glad, which is also kind of a weird thing for a robot to say. I'm so glad. If you know any engineers, though, this would be cool for them. Or roboteers. They have robot competitions around here sometimes. So that would be a good competition kind of congratulations. And you can use scraps. Again, though, don't count on this using up your scraps because it doesn't take much. That's a big glue booger. But you can use all sorts of, oh, you know, the other thing, I was going to add a little pink to her cheeks. The Shebot. And, you know, this is not going to be straight, but it's a good base is to know where the mouth, whoa, or to know where the mouth is at all times. You know, I figured out a habit. I opened this up with my left hand and I put the lid over on the left side, and I'm always looking on the right side for it. So I learned something today to try to remember not to put the lids over on the left side, or if I do, to look for them on the left side. Always something to learn, isn't there? We'll just add this with the same color base. I'll let it dry a minute. Got some glue. It reminds you of Pac-Man. Pac-Man, you could make a Pac-Man. There's no reason that you couldn't make a Pac-Man. I'm not sure how it would work, but we could probably figure it out. A nose can be this guy has a rectangle nose, and this guy has a triangle nose on craft foam. So you could use craft foam too. Whatever you think a robot nose should be. Just, I don't think that's what I want a robot nose to be, but maybe. How about something cuter than that? Just get out the scraps. That might be a good robot nose. It's kind of plain. Let's get some, I think we'll use some pattern paper. But at the same time, there's not going to be a lot of contrast. And I am a woman of great contrast. I love it. I love it. I love it. So we'll get a little white out too. And I don't feel like cutting anything fancy, so we'll just make it a long nose. A rather long, elegant nose. This is ancient paper. Don't you love? Oh my goodness, I am almost to my year mark of not buying any paper except for black and white. So you guys, what do you think? Should I buy some at the end, at the beginning? Oh, you have the original Atari? Man, that's cool. Should I buy some at the beginning of September? I won't buy it until then, though. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do a post and show you my paper because it really has not gone down much. And I make a lot of stuff, so no wonder we get so bogged down with so much stuff. I'm just going to cut the craft foam a little bit smaller. It's probably fine. Good old tacky glue. I know that will stick. His little nose will pop up a little. Oops, slip sliding away. Look at there, looking good, looking good. Okay, so Kerwin heard this the other day, and he just thought that was the coolest thing. He came right over and started playing with this bag of eyes. I do not have any big ones, except for these are kind of weird ones, but you know, this is, how do you open this thing? This is kind of a weird project, so let's do it. Not enough contrast on that either. Not at all. So we're going to have to think of something else. We can just put this along here. Looks like a Ninja Turtle. Maybe not, but maybe a little. I'm not even going to cut it. This paper just needs to be employed. You could use, gosh, you could use anything. Looks kind of odd. If you want them crooked, now's a good time. There you go. Kind of a good looking robot. You know what's funny? I was looking at robots today while I was getting this ready. And even though they're robots, they're all very humanoid, which makes me pause and think, hey, we're pretty well made. Because even the robots are like us. So that's pretty good. I think I'll just cut a little teeny tiny strip here. Maybe that will give it a little pop. This is still wet, so I can get under there. Because I always glue too fast. It is my nature. I can live with it. But this is kind of a boring little guy. I kind of like it with the wonkiness, though. We'll go with it. We will go with it. Okay, how many glues does it take to make a robot? That may not be enough. Come on. I know, I don't even have any on here, so. Gosh, this is dry. That's old. That's enough for me right now. I can come back. Computer. Okie doke. So then we're just going to put it right here on this little guy. Instead of messing with trying to figure out where the glue goes on this, let's just put some adhesive on this little fold thing. And that will make our life easy. Here we go. Then we can come back in and put some ears on it. I'm not sure, maybe some pink, maybe some bright pink. It's already shaping up pretty well. I don't know what to do on this. I don't have a lot of this color cards or pretty paper. So I'm not sure what we're going to do. But that is how you make your, that's how you make it. Then you, if you have, I got one more thing to show you too. So I think you're well on your way to understanding, because we've been talking about these easels for so long. If you do have these little arms, you just have to have 3 stoppers. So you have a stopper, and you have a stopper, and you have a stopper. And a stopper is nothing more than something that sticks up a little bit. Why don't I have any more big googly eyes? Because I haven't bought any in so long, and I just ran out. That's all. Nothing nefarious or nothing. No statement about it. I just don't have any. So. And I always have a running list to go to to go to the store, but then I rarely go. So anyway, so you just have to have 3 stoppers. You decide how big to make the arms. You decide if you want to glue them down. You decide where to fold, where you want the folds. You can have at least 1 fold, and sometimes it's fun to have that extra fold. And you can just play with all sorts of scraps until your just heart is content. If this doesn't stand up enough, you can put some little gems on here, and so it will hold it up even better. Little domed gems. Same with this. There's nothing. You just have to make sure that everybody folds together in. So you can make it the 4 1/2 top fold, or 4 1/4 top fold, or you can do the 5 1/2 top fold. No problem. It all works out. So then I started thinking about robots, and I only started doing this at 6, and it's really messed up. But do you remember the Transformers? Because I felt like this was kind of like a Transformer thing. Look, he looks like the little feet are sticking out. It's cute like that. It looks like an R2-D2. You could get some gold paint, or no, he's not gold, is he? You could definitely make little R2-D2, but make him tall, like he's dreaming. So, but it just started, everything just started folding up and on top of each other. So I started thinking about Transformers. I think also once this is closed for a while, it will stay closed better. So this, I just started this. And so instead of just having a flat focal point, I opened it up to make dun, 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 and I didn't measure his little head right. But there is my Optimus Prime. Oh my gosh. And I don't have you'd have to have like the stopper somehow or other. I'm not even sure how to do it. But so it folds down. I don't even know if it works. Maybe some Velcro. Maybe it just looks like a chair now, doesn't it? But I started making Optimus Prime, and I thought, well, why not? He's kind of an old folklore kind of guy. He's been around forever. But this is very, very bad. And I'm kind of embarrassed I'm showing it. But it just goes to show that you can do all sorts of things. So you can have them fold up and just have fun with it. You can do more than, you can just do so much. And if you open it up and kind of play with it, you can start having all sorts of fun with easel cards. Extreme easel cards. Think about this one too is, how about some seeds? A little garden thing. And then you open it up and you could pop up some flowers like they're growing. That would be darling. You could do anything that has that you want a little surprise to it too. A little treasure chest if you wanted to have a little treasure chest, or shaker like we said. Anything along those lines, and it will be an extreme easel. And then this little guy is just a little simple easel on top of a simple pizza box. So, and then of course our robots. So I hope you've enjoyed this evening. I hope you've enjoyed the easel cards all month. I don't know for sure what we're going to do in September, but I've got a couple weeks to think it through. And hopefully we'll have some more fun. I don't know if it will be a design kind of thing or a technique kind of thing, card based. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It'll be great fun. Oh, that one looks really funny. Just up like that. And then these are the easels. And then he doesn't even have to be. He could be folded like that and then just fold up and doesn't even have to have his head. And then he stand up, and then this could be like his body. And you could have some legs on there and they could fold down. It could be Herman Munster. Oh, well, Eddie, I don't know what to tell you about that. Yep, Grandpa, you did it again. So those are some thoughts. What do you think you want to do? We do want to thank our patrons for letting us do crazy stuff like this and share with the world. Is the world ready for us? We still don't know, but thank you so much, you guys, for being a part of our craziness. And we love all you guys in the chat, and if you are watching on a replay, please let us know. If you haven't subscribed or hit that thumbs up, now's a great time. If you haven't shared, now's a great time. Want to wish Card Monkey Jarvis a happy birthday because it is her birthday today. And so she wasn't going to be with us. And we want to make sure that you come back tomorrow if you're watching live or on the, what day is it? The 19th. Because we have Jess McAfee tomorrow on Craft Roulette. And she's a doll. I think we're going to have a good time. So, all right. Oh, this is what we're going to do. We're going to give ourselves a little kiss on the dog, and we're going to blow you a little love too because I do appreciate you so much, and because we're crafters, and crafters are nice people. So make sure you join us. Look down in the description for anything, all the information of where you can have fun with us. Other than that, you guys all take care. Have a great 24 hours, and we'll see you, well, 23 hours, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Transformer. Bye.